and welcome to the ARCS. We're live here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the running of the Pennzoil 60. Now let's take a look at your top 10 qualifiers in today's race. Starting on the pole is Jerry Funk. In second, Elias Goodbias. In third, Ringus McDingus. In fourth, Diego Tacone. In fifth, Mark Ware. In sixth, Matthew Bussey Jr. In seventh, Tristan Fish. In eighth, Callian Bogarts. In ninth, Paris Riley. And rounding out your top 10, Jacob Bradley. Let's take a look at the rest of your field and get right on into the action. And we're live here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for another stop here on the West Coast Swing, and Jerry Funk is going to lead us here to green in the desert of Nevada here. And Funk's going to get the green flag here. The flagman's got it out, and we are underway here in Vegas. Ringus McDingus with a nice push there on the bottom lane. Got Mark Ware in tow, and that third car on the bottom. Looks like Elias Goodbias in that 22 car did not get a good start there with Diego Tacone, another one of our West Coast Swing winners. Oh, and we've got a crash back there. Jordan Walker's around, and I believe that's Sean Carson as well. Oh, we've got two wrecks. Oh my gosh, Brandy Harper. Oh, and there's a massive crash. We're going to need to get a replay of this, and we'll be right back in a moment. And we're back here at Vegas, and it looks like we've got the right angle here of this replay, and it looks like the 99 of Sean Carson got into the back of the one car of Jarrett Trudell and set this whole first portion of the wreck here in Vegas in motion. Let's take a look. As Sean gets into Jarrett Trudell, and Jordan Walker gets collected there in that 10 car, and then Jarrett just whacks the wall again, and that's the first incident there. Here's the second and into the third movement of this wreck here at Vegas. As you can see, Draven Sandy on the bottom of the track with Noah Hobson behind got collected by Jordan Walker, so Draven Sandy goes low and gets into Beth Sanders in the process, getting to the white line. That sends Beth Sanders into Quinn Porter in the 15, and then Theophilus Morgendorfer in that 13 car and Quinn Porter go around. So it's a real accordion effect, and let's take a look. And Quinn Porter spins around, and he doesn't want to get hit, and he thinks he's got it, and Dimitri comes in and says hello. Oh, hard hit for both drivers, and that 38 car and 15 are junked. And we're back here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway from an early wreck here in the Pennzoil 60. Jerry Funk still has the lead with Ringus McDingus moving up a spot to second place, and Elias Goodbias in third, and let's go racing. Ringus is going to look to the inside at Jerry Funk on the bottom. We'll see if it sticks here. Ooh, side by side in turn 1 and 2 here. And it looks like Ringus McDingus has got the lead. Mark Ware hopefully going to give some help to that 98 K-Love racing machine. But, whoa, Jerry Funk is fighting on the outside line very hard. And Diego Tacone is caught 3 wide with Elias Goodbias on the outside for third place. Got Matthew Bussey Jr. trying to help that 22 on the outside, the far outside lane. As Jacob Bradley's going to look to the inside of that 29 and almost send it around. Close call there, as we've got 2x2x2 up front. I believe that's Trevor Walker in the middle of Jacob Bradley and Beth Sanders on the bottom there. We'll see what happens in a minute there. Hopefully nobody will wreck there, but it looks like Jerry Funk has collected the lead over Ringus McDingus, has used the outside to his advantage. Cassidy Reynolds looking to the inside of Paris Riley there for a top 10 spot, as Diego Tacone is in second place. Past Ringus McDingus and is right on the back bumper of Jerry Funk. You might take a look here as Elias Goodbias is looking to the inside of Mark Ware for fourth place. Diego Tacone is absolutely tailgating Jerry Funk. Let's see if he gets a good enough tow here, coming to the start-finish line of coming to 9 of 40 complete here at Vegas. And the top 3 cars have separated, but there's a caution. And we'll get a replay of the accident and get all of you informed here. And we're back here at Las Vegas after a commercial break. And it looks like the 93 and 36 got involved in a crash here with Callie and Bogarts going for a wild ride. Probably the craziest one this season. Let's take a look. As that car goes up the track and creams the wall, and that thing is end over end. And Denzel Scott's trying to avoid that flipping car and gets into the 36 of Keith Vega. And that 93 car is done. And we're back for the restart here in Las Vegas. 12 of 40 complete, about to be 13 of 40 complete here in the Pennzoil 60. Jerry Funk has the lead, and we're back after Callie and Bogarts' wild ride here at Vegas. Looks like Diego Tacone in that 34 car timed that restart up pretty well. Oh, I thought Mark Ware was going to go for a spin there off the front bumper of Elias Goodbias in that 22 car, but Diego Tacone's going for the lead. And I think he almost cleared that 34 for the lead, but I believe that 34 is going to have some help. Oh, it's close here in Vegas. And I think that 34 is going to roll the top just perfectly and get around Diego Tacone on the bottom. Diego Tacone, he already has one win this season at Auto Club as a part of the West Coast swing here in the ARCS. As we see Tristan Fish with a massive push to the 42 car. That's going to get that 42 car right up to the back bumper almost of Diego Tacone, but Jerry Funk's trying to get away from this pack here. And it looks like Ringus McDingus is going to take it to the bottom of the track almost, to the inside of Diego Tacone, and I don't think that pass is going to stick. No, it is not. And Elias Goodbias in that 22 on the outside lane over Mark Ware is going to get the spot there. As Ringus is going to take another look here. He's right on the back bumper of that 47 car. Hopefully we don't get a spin here. That would not be good. Top four or five cars have separated themselves here at Vegas, but the pack for the rest of the field is 2x2x2 for the most part here. As we've got 15 of 40 complete in the Pennzoil 60. As everybody's figuring things out here. I don't think they want to wreck again. They've seen what has happened to that 93 car, Callie and Bogarts, and I would be scared too. I do not want to flip end over end here, especially at a 1.5 mile track, let alone a super speedway here in the ARCS. Three cars have gotten together here trying to form a draft train. Well, they were trying to form a draft train to get back to Jerry Funk, and Elias Goodbias is going to look to the inside of that 98 car of Ringus McDingus, but Ringus is going to roll that outside, and he's probably going to get second here. He doesn't have second, well, he has second here, but we'll see if he holds it into this first and second corner here. And he's got second place, I believe, as Diego Tacone has fallen back to almost fourth place now. He's dropped like a rock. Well, not really compared to some other drivers. And the 22 car is going to take a look to the inside of 98 of Ringus McDingus, and that move's not going to stick, I don't think. Matthew Bussey up here as well. I believe Bussey's in sixth place. Not bad a run for him. Mark Ware's going to try to take a look again to the inside of Diego Tacone, and we'll see how that move works out. Got Paris Riley and Tristan Fish too wide back there for about 7th or 8th place. Yep, 7th and 8th. Then we got Jacob Bradley, our Daytona winner, in 9th. Good top 10 run for him. And it looks like Mark Ware to the inside of Bussey, and then Diego was looking at Elias Goodbias, trying to make a move there, but that did not work. And caution is out here on the speedway, and these drivers are going to slow down, and I believe it's Pedro Perez, and we'll get a look here, folks. And we've got a replay of the accident here, and it looks like Jarrett Trudell in the 1 car and Jordan Walker in that 10 car involved in our first accident here today at Vegas are involved in the 3rd accident. Let's take a look. So you've got the 88 of Dre Heron and Jarrett Trudell, and everybody gets collected and eats the wall, and then Pedro Perez gets destroyed by Jordan Walker coming down the track, and that's the accident here for the 3rd caution of the day. And we're back here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, 22 of 40 complete after our 3rd caution of the day. And the pace car is driving down pit road. Richard Petty is the driver. And Jerry Funk's going to get the green flag, and we're underway. Matthew Bussey Jr. pushing Diego Tacone. And we've got 3 wide back there. Paris Riley on the outside, Jacob Bradley in the middle, and Joshua Harrison on the bottom. Hopefully they don't wreck. And we'll take a look here, and I believe they're going to string themselves out here. Yep, and it's 2x2 back there. No 3 wide throughout the pack, which is a good sign here. As the top 3 drivers are forming a draft train on the bottom. But Diego Tacone might use that outside to his advantage and gain some ground on the top 3. As Ringus McDingus is on the right on the back bumper of Jerry Funk in the top 3. Oh, and Jerry Funk almost gets loose there. Oh, and they're down the track. The leaders are down the track and almost collect each other. As Elias Goodbias is going to roll that outside and get past Ringus McDingus, but Jerry Funk's going to block. Jerry Funk using all the lanes here at Vegas to try to stay in the lead. It's almost like a super speedway race. And Elias Goodbias has used the outside to almost get past Jerry Funk. 25 of 40 complete here as they cross the stripe. And things have heated up here in Nevada. As Diego Tacone's going to push that outside. Mark Ware to the inside of the 27 to Tristan Fish. Everybody's bunched up at the front now. As Diego Tacone might take a look here inside of Elias Goodbias, but Elias Goodbias used that outside lane to his advantage and outsmarted Jerry Funk here at Vegas. It's Matthew Bussey Jr. Whoa! Nearly hooked Tristan Fish. That signage on pit road was in the way, but from what I saw from my camera angle, Matthew Bussey almost ended Tristan Fish's day. A lot of drivers up in the front making a lot of aggressive moves here. Well, we're past halfway, but still a lot of racing left to go here in the desert. And Ringus McDingus is going to use that outside to try to get around Jerry Funk, and he will. Well, we'll see if Tristan Fish could give McDingus a little help, and Bussey's going to align himself with Jerry Funk, and we'll see how this goes here for the 3rd place position. And I believe, yep, that 98 car is going to hold steady on the outside with Tristan Fish. And Paris Riley slowly creeping up inside of the top 6 or 7 spots here. I believe she started about 15th place. We'll have to look. I'll have to go back and look, but a very good run for Paris Riley. Could sneak up here and steal a victory. But Elias Goodbias is still in the lead as they cross the stripe. 28 of 40 complete. And we've got 12 laps to go in the Pennzoil 60. 3 wide here for 6th place. Jerry Funk is falling from grace here. He was leading early and led the majority of the race, and he is fallen back. Got Mark Ware on that outside. Going around Matthew Bussey for 7th place. There's only a couple. Ooh, Marin Kozaric. And, oh, Matthew Bussey Jr., a little contact with Joshua Harrison. We've got 2 winners front to back here, drafting each other. You got that Jacob Bradley 24 car and Marin Kozaric back there is Tristan Fish. And I think they were going to try to do some 2-car tango here. They were going to have the top 2 cars, and you're going to have a 3rd and 4th, and the 87 and Jerry Funk get together and form a draft train kind of. And Andy Seville and Marin Kozaric. We've got 3 winners in a basket here. We've got Andy Seville, Marin Kozaric, and Jacob Bradley all together. All inside the top 10. Very good run for those drivers. Points necessarily aren't needed, but as we've got top 3 drivers have formed themselves up now is Paris Riley. She's slowly sneaking up the field, like I said before, top 5 position. And she's just eking some draft off of that 27 of Tristan Fish. You never know. Could be the sleeper pick to win here today, as we've got about 9 laps to go as they're going to get go by the stripe here. As Ringus is going to look to the inside of Diego Tacone, but Diego is going to roll that top, and Ringus's move is not going to work. And we've got single file here. Almost looking like Sonoma. We got single file, but I think these drivers are going to try to save their moves for just a little later, as we got Trevor Walker all the way back to around 15th place here. When we cross the finish line, we'll get an update on the ticker and see exactly what position it was. Oh, it was 15th place. No, it was 14th place. My bad. We've got some action back here. We got Deacon Gentleman. Haven't talked about him at all today. We got Draven Sandy. Good run for Draven Sandy. He qualified, I believe, toward the back of the pack here today, so good run for him. Jerry Funk to the inside of Paris Riley, and Paris Riley is not going to take too fondly of that move, and Paris Riley lost a little bit of draft. Oh, and we've got to look to the inside for Diego Tacone on the leader with 7 laps to go. We'll see how this move pans out here for Diego Tacone, and he's got the lead briefly. Oh, and he had the lead briefly. He's got a good car on the bottom, but he just does not have help behind him, as Ringus McDingus chose to go with Elias Goodbias there, and that's where that drafting help went to. As Ringus McDingus is going to roll that outside, but is he going to... Oh, I thought he was going to get up to the 22 right behind his bumper, and he didn't. Paris Riley looking to the inside of Tristan Fish for a 4th place position, and we've got almost 2x2 for the lead. I thought Ringus McDingus was going to carry too much momentum in there and clean out the 22, but that was not the case. It's Tristan Fish on that outside. Diego Tacone goes up to block, and Paris Riley's going to try to use that bottom. Not much success using the bottom today for these cars. The outside line, kind of like Bristol, oddly enough, has been the preferred line around the track. But we've seen good drafting battles here today. 34 of 40 complete, and we've got 3 cars nose to tail. Hopefully they don't wreck. We'll see what happens here. Whoa! As Tristan Fish gets shuffled to the outside, Paris Riley will still hold on to that 5th place spot. Elias Goodbias is leading still. Elias Goodbias had a good run at Bristol, but did not win that race. Got passed late by Andy Seville, who took the victory in a crazy race, which was marred by Richard Petty's crazy driving with the pace car. And we've got 36 of 40 complete, 4 laps to go. As Ringus McDingus is going to try that move to the inside on Elias Goodbias again, but I don't think that's going to work. Ringus has got to come up with a different move to make here late in this race. He's tried that dive bomb method going into turn 1 the last couple laps, but Diego's going to give that a shot there. And Paris Riley's on that outside. He's going to get a nice roll through the center of the corner, and Paris Riley's on the outside. Passes Tristan Fish for 5th place, and Paris Riley's in the top 4. Ringus McDingus keeps trying to look to the bottom, and he just does not have that car setup to make the bottom roll the best, and he doesn't have that help either. So he is just trying desperately to make a move, and we'll see who is throughout the pack here. Maxwell Smart back there, Theophilus Claystone, Roland Heidfeld, Pedro, all those cars that were involved in wrecks earlier in the race just trying to eke out a finish here, and we've got 38 of 40 complete here in the Pennzoil 60. As the 47 of Diego Tacone is pushing Ringus. Oh, Paris Riley to the inside of the 47 car. They're almost touching the apron with those left side tires. I thought Paris Riley was going to pull a Ringus McDingus and send us into overtime. Speaking of Ringus McDingus, he's in 2nd place. As Mark Ware coming from nowhere. Get it? Mark Ware's coming from nowhere. He's on that outside. He's been in the top 10, I believe, all day, and he might get a top 10 finish. Good run for him. As Elias Goodbias is just trying to collect his first victory of the season here after he got passed late at Bristol. A little bit of a redemption story. But we'll see if Ringus McDingus can do anything in the last roughly 2 laps here. Diego Tacone, I think, in his opinion, is probably pretty comfortable as he sits with a top 3 finish with a win out on the West Coast swing already this season at Fontana, California. Got Matthew Bussey Jr. inside the top 5. Good for him. I believe he's in the top 5, yep. And 40 of 40 here. That was the last lap, and we'll see how Ringus McDingus can mount a charge, if any. Diego Tacone is on his back bumper. Tristan Fish is going to look low inside Paris Riley, but that's beside the point. Final corner here at Vegas. Got to go all in at the poker table here, but it looks like the 22 car is going to get it done. No! The 98 car of Ringus McDingus is going to look low, and Elias Goodbias wins at Vegas. What a finish! And Elias Goodbias sneaks out of victory. My goodness, Ringus McDingus tried to make it a photo finish at the line, but congratulations to the 22 of Elias Goodbias in a Pennzoil car at the Pennzoil 60. And we're back here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway after a thrilling finish that came up unexpectedly. Elias Goodbias taking the victory over Ringus McDingus. As we've got Elias Goodbias with the win, Ringus with second place, Diego Tacone in third, Mark Ware with a good solid run inside the top four, Matthew Bussey getting fifth place, Paris Riley with a quiet day in sixth, seventh is Tristan Fish, eighth is our pole sitter, I believe, Jerry Funk, ninth is Joshua Harrison, and finishing in 10th position is Andy Seville. And let's take a look at the rest of the drivers.